Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you where all 7 of the Chronolith trials are in Final Fantasy XVI. Now, this content is unlocked in the later portion of the game, and the trials themselves are accessed from these stones that you'll find strewn about the various field areas, aptly named Chronoliths. As for the trial itself, you're going to be put against 4 waves of enemies while only being allowed to use a single icon skills. Each of the different stages, including the 4th and final boss stage, will only allow you to use 2 specific skills, so you can't mix and match them however you want. You're also given a time limit from the first stage that will carry on all the way to the 4th and final battle, and you can increase that time by performing certain actions, whether they be basic things that Clive can normally do with his sword, like evasions or executions or punishes, or certain things that you're going to be doing with the specific skills they provided to you. You can hover over them and get examples with videos and explanations of what it is you're going to need to do. You need to clear all 4 stages without running out of time. Now, the challenges themselves are fairly easy, so I'm not going to be talking too much about how to beat them. They're just not all that difficult. However, if you want something more challenging, after defeating Chronolith trials, you can actually access them back at the Arete Stone in the Hideaway. Here, they will be upgraded to final Chronolith trials. Now, they're supposed to be a little bit tougher, and the time that you have is supposed to be a little bit lower, but I honestly barely felt a difference between doing the regular one and the final one. The big difference is you actually get a score with a final Chronolith trial, so if you're looking to improve your time, you can always kind of time attack against yourself. Now, the first one you'll most likely find is the Phoenix. You're going to want to teleport to Martha's Rest in Rosaria, and then leave town through the north. It'll be right on the path as you're going through Green Sheaves, and in fact, you will almost certainly find this. In fact, I don't even know if it's possible to miss as you're going through the story the first time. You're going to have to wait till the later portion of the game to come back here and actually access it, but just write it down for later and don't forget. Now let's head on over to Sambrec, the second field area you're going to access. To find Ramo, you're going to want to take the Lost Wing teleport and then go south out of the town to Norvent Valley. As you go through, there's going to be kind of like a winding path, and there's going to be this little thin, narrow section. At the very end of that, after some spiders and other enemies, you will come to Ramu's Stone. I personally found this to be one of the hardest ones just because I don't like Ramu's skills all that much, other than the Lightning Rod, which is fantastic. But all the same, go in, beat it, bam, you're done. While we're in Sambrec, let's stop over and take care of Bahamut. Now, Bahamut can be accessed by teleporting to the Northreach obelisk, and then walking north out of Northreach, and then to the west, Cape Orcier, probably Orcier. You just go literally all the way to the northwest of the map, and you will find it no problem at all. Now let's head over to Dalmekia, where I'm sure you're expecting to find Titan. Now, Titan you can find almost immediately by teleporting to the Velcroy Desert and then just going to the North Velcroy Desert through that little narrow pathway. At the very end of that route, you will find Titan. Also found in Dalmekia is Gerudo, who's actually all the way on the other side of the map. You can teleport to either Kronjit Echoes or Leitni's Cleft, but regardless, it's about the same distance. You're going to find it in Drake's Deep, but it's kind of like tucked under the map. You can kind of see it here, where you have to go through a few narrow pathways, and then bam, it'll be right there at the end in this little cave section. And the final zone you're looking for is Waloed. Now, the first one you'll probably find is Shiva. And once again, you can teleport to either the Shadow Coast or Aesla. Either of them are about equidistant. I chose Aesla. Then you're going to want to go to the Angry Gap. And on the south side of the map, you'll see this like little branch coming off of it, which you're going to be suspicious of immediately as an RPG player. And you're going to be able to go through a small crevice, and that's where you'll find the Shiva Stone. It's also worth mentioning that there's a decent sword here, the Masamune, which is pretty good if you're passing through here for your first playthrough, but otherwise, you know, isn't anything crazy to write home about. And finally, we have Odin, who once again is on the complete other side of the map. The very final obelisk you'll unlock, which is Vidargris, that one is where you're going to want to go, and then you're going to want to just kind of go east from there. There's a quest that will take you to a location known as the Babak Conservatory. I think it's like Badbach or something like that. And in that area, you can actually find the stone just to the east, like of the marker itself. Just go east as you see on the screen right now, and bam, you have the Odin stone. Now, as for rewards for the Chronolith trials, you actually earn an accessory that will boost the damage of the ultimate skill for each of them. Now, some of them have incredible ultimate skills, and you'll almost certainly want to pick these up if you're using them in your kit. Not to mention, in New Game Plus, you can pick them up again and then upgrade them again to make them even better. There is one other reward though, something you're actually going to need for a trophy. There's a trophy for completing a single Chronolith trial, but the final collectible that you can get back at the hideaway requires you to defeat all 7 of the normal mode Chronoliths. So beat all of these and that will probably be the 22nd collectible you get. I'm going to add, I guess, a little collectible guide note here. 20 of the 22 collectibles you'll find if you just do every side quest as you go through the main story, but numbers 20 and 22, I think it was more like 16 and 22, require something a little bit different. 22 is for beating all 7 of the Chronolith trials, and number like 16 or something, the medicine chest, you don't get it from a side quest, but after you complete Tarya's final side quest and speak to her again, she will give you the medicine chest. I don't know why they didn't make it a quest reward, but since those are the only 2 collectibles or curiosities, as the game calls them, that you just might miss if you're doing everything, I figured I'd at least make mention of it here alongside the Chronolith stuff. Anyway, that's going to be a wrap for my video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for more Final Fantasy 16 guides, videos, all that good stuff. I've got plenty of stuff coming down the pipeline. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one, and until then, take care.